Hi everyone, my name is Jamie and this is my first Booktube video. So I just wanted to give a little introduction about myself and tell you a little bit of my 2015 plans for reading and a little bit of my reading in 2014 history. First, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am 27 years old and I live in California. I recently got back into reading in the past year and a half or so. I hadn't been for a while. I think one of the reasons that I hadn't was because I did my master's degree in Japanese literature, and so I was kind of a bit sick of literature, to be honest. I didn't really feel like reading after spending so much time doing it, and so I kind of spent my time doing other things. Other things weren't necessarily a waste of time, but they got me kind of missing reading, and so that's what I'm back to doing. 2014 was a very good reading year for me. I managed to read 50 books over the year, which, having gone from not reading any books before that, was, I thought, really great. Most of them tended to be fiction. There were some short story collections in there as well. I'm a big short story collection fan. I think the split between men and women was about, I think it was something like 60-40, so 60% women and 40% men, which was just fine with me. It wasn't super diverse in terms of ethnicity. It was a lot of white European and American people, so that's something I want to work on in 2015, which leads me to my 2015 reading resolutions. So in 2015 I want to start reading more diversely. Like I said, the authors that I read last year weren't as diverse as I was hoping, so I'd really like to read different nationalities, read different ethnicities, authors that can kind of give me a different perspective of the world. I'd like to really branch out into those different authorships. And I'd also like to start reading a little more diversely in terms of genres as well. So I read a lot of fiction and a lot of short stories, some fantasy and some science fiction, and I really want to branch out even more. Maybe some nonfiction, maybe some classics. I don't really read many classics at all, so something along those lines would be really great. And so that's resolution 1. Resolution 2 has a little bit to do with my background. So I studied Japanese, as I mentioned, and I also studied German in school. I haven't really been using them recently. I don't have to use them for work really at all, so they've kind of gone by the wayside, which means my German and Japanese skills are deteriorating, unfortunately. One thing I'd like to do is start reading a minimum of 5 books in Japanese and 5 books in German this year. That's going to be a pretty big challenge for me. For Japanese, kind of obvious reasons, it's a very hard language to read and write, so that's going to take me a little bit of time. And also, German, I just have really poor vocabulary, and so I'll need to kind of figure out what some good beginner German books are. I've already got a few, but I'm wondering if they're a little bit too advanced for me. My last resolution has to do with the amount of books I'm reading. So I read 50 books last year, like I said. That was a pretty good pace for me, even though I didn't read a lot of books in the first few months of the year. But I don't want to push it too much more, so I went ahead and chose 55 books for my goal this year. So that's a little bit of an increase, but I'm not too concerned about it. Oh, so my last resolution is to make a lot of Booktube videos. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been a Booktube watcher for the past probably 8 months or so. It actually kind of got me back into reading, and so I'd really like to give back and become an actual member of the community that's not just a watcher, but also a creator as well. So I hope you'll stick around, and talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.